Hey gardeners, today I'm at Green Acres Nursery in Melissa, Texas, checking out all of the roses they've available for purchase. I'll take a look at the different varieties, share some favorites, and talk about what makes each one special. Let's see what they've got. Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a fellow gardening friend. Okay, so I'm out at Green Acres Nursery in Melissa, Texas. It's so big, I could not do all one video. So I did a video of like their seasonal annuals and perennials. And I did a video of all their bulbs and bare roots. And then now I'm going to show you all of their roses. And they have a really good selection. The prices are pretty good. Okay, I want to take y'all through their roses. Now, let's talk. I've bought roses from here before. So they have these pots that like are biodegradable. I take my roses out of that pot. I don't leave them in there. Just so y'all know. And just so you know, these were bare roots 6 weeks ago, and they just put them in the pots. So if you want a little bit less expensive, go just for straight bare root. But because they've already started these for you, they're a little bit more pricey at $32.50. And I had really good luck with all of mine. They also have some rose trees, so we'll take a look. The 24-inch ones are $57.50. But let's kind of go through here and check this out. So this first variety is a Bolero, which is a classic white, strong fragrance, excellent disease resistance. It smells like lemon, verbena, and tropical fruit. Beautiful. Then we have a classic red called Preference, and I like that. It looks like an old-fashioned red rose. Reblooming, compact growth habit. And this is the tree version. Okay, and then they have the Boleros and the taller ones. The taller trees, the 36-inch ones, are $75. So they have the Bolero and that one. Double Delight, which I've seen as a classic tree rose as well. Great for cutting. Strong, spicy fragrance, bicolor blooms. Here is a red hybrid tea, Ingrid Bergman, fragrant, soft, velvety texture. Mr. Lincoln, I have a Mr. Lincoln from here. Strong fragrance, tall and vigorous, and it makes beautiful velvety flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a yellow, a piece, so it's yellow into soft pink. Unique color, brilliant yellow and pink. Remember, these are all the 3-foot tall trees, rose trees. Queen Mary II. Strong fragrance, excellent disease resistance. Great for cutting and bringing inside. And Rio Samba, yep. It's always the same ones in tree form. I guess they just do better in tree form. But I mean, truthfully, let's talk about these tree forms for a second. So you see this long tree trunk, but these are rooted on the top. So this is like a cutting up here. What's the word? Y'all know I can't remember the word at this exact moment. But they basically like take a cutting of the Rio Samba and attached it to this stalk right there. It's Rio Samba, great for cutting in unique color. A lot of trees. I think it's fun to have at least a couple of rose trees in your garden because they're just so whimsical and fun. Okay, so let's switch over to some of the potted varieties. So some of them are going to be climbing. I'll talk about each of them. So this first variety is Zephyrin Drohen, which I bought in bare root at Home Depot, and I bought it for about half the price. Remember, all of these that you see in here are going to be $32.50. And this is a climber rose, and it climbs to about 8 to 10 feet tall, although mine said it climbed higher. It has a strong bourbon scent. All roses are going to want full sun. Here's another Eden climber. And this one is the Eden in the darker pink, pretty in pink. I have the Eden in the lighter pink. Vintage rose fragrance, deep pink blooms. Mature size is about 10 to 12 feet tall. You can see these are all bushed out. Now what's this? This one is called Climber Perfume Breeze. That's pretty. 6 to 8 feet tall. Wisteria-like effect, it says, because it looks like lots of little blooms. And that's interesting, different. Another climber, this is Lavender Crush. I have bought and killed Lavender Crush before. I bought mine from Walmart, and I think it was dead when I got it, so. This guy is about 8 to 10 feet tall. And old-fashioned flowers bow down on graceful arching stems that invite you to take in the intense citrus blossom and rose aroma. Very pretty. I love climbers. I've got 2 climbers that need to get planted. All right, another climber. This is Kiss Me Kate. This is for smaller trellises, 5 to 6 foot fences. Extremely fragrant pink flowers on a robust, disease-resistant climbing rose. Foliage is dark green and leathery. Blooms can be cut for use in vases. But it says its height is 10 feet over here. Another climber, Joseph's Coat, which I've been very interested in. Unique color and a bold statement. This guy is about 10 to 12 feet tall. Kaleidoscope of colors. That sounds beautiful. Here is a classic climbing iceberg. This is more of a cluster of blooms at the end. So pure white blooms, sweet fragrance, excellent disease resistance, about 8 to 10 feet tall. It's another iceberg. So when you look at bare roots, see that guy? That guy doesn't look good. So you would want to come over here to something like this, because if these were all planted at the same time, that guy's dead. Okay, so make sure you're really looking at this point in time. Most of these should be leafing out. Here's the classic Eden climber, so it's the lighter pink. I do have this one, and we'll be planting this soon. And it is about 10 to 12 feet tall. Combination of soft color and dark green glossy foliage. Very disease resistant. All right, so here is the Don Juan, which I have as well. Don Juan Climbing Rose. I love it. It's very velvety, big, beautiful colors. Big, beautiful blooms. 6 to 10 feet tall. Dark, romantic red blossom, seductive fragrance. Sounds about right. All right, so now we're getting out of climbers. This is a World War II memorial rose. Strong fragrance, perfect for cutting. About 4 feet high by 2 feet wide, so that'd be good for a smaller space. That's really pretty. Here's a veranda sunbeam. Compact plant, bright flowers. When it says compact, it's 2.5 feet tall by 2 feet wide. So definitely smaller variety of rose. See? Yay. Nay. Don't buy that one. See the difference? This one is called Ti Amo. Double red blooms. 5.5 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide. It's a grandiflora rose with double non-fading red blooms that do not burn. So you're going to see hybrid tea roses. Hybrid tea roses are great for cutting. And then you're going to see Floribunda roses, which are going to have, and the hybrid tea roses are just going to have one long single stem and with a rose at the end. And then we're going to have Floribunda roses, which are going to have like a cluster of roses at the end. And then we're going to have these grandiflora roses, which are like the combination of both, in that it's going to have a bunch of flowers at the end of a long stem, excellent for cutting. So this variety over here is All American Magic. Slightly fruity fragrance, unique color combination, 5.5 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide, with a mild raspberry scent. Barbara Streisand. Strong fragrance, beautiful lavender blooms, great for cutting. 3 to 5 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide. Strong rose citrus scent. I like that color. Bolero, we've already talked about. Cathedral Bells, and this is a popular variety. It definitely has a like David Austin feel to it. And it's 3 to 4 feet tall, slightly spreading. It's only hardy in zones 6 through 9. And strong fragrance of anise, which would be licorice, and lavender delight in the garden. It's pretty. Next we have Parfuma Earth Angel, which I have and I love it. Exceptional vigor, peony-shaped blooms. Smells like apples, classic rose, and champagne. Its mature height is 5 feet tall by 4 feet wide. It's a very popular variety. There's a whole bunch of them here. All right, next we have Enchanted Peace, which is bicolor blooms, great disease resistance. 5 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide, moderate to strong scent. It's a hybrid tea rose, so it'll be really good for cut flowers. Next we have Gilded Sun, non-fading color, which is definitely an issue in this area because our strong sun does fade out our blooms. Excellent disease resistance, up to about 5 feet tall. Excellent yellow, non-fading color, exceptional disease resistance for all types, for this type. Okay, next we have a Julia Child, which I have this as well. It's a Floribunda rose, so it's going to have a cluster of blooms at the end of each stem. And this guy is about, it says medium, so my guess would be between 3 and 4 feet tall. And it has a very round, bushy effect. Hardy zones are strong licorice and spice scent. I've got mine in a container. It's supposed to be a good container plant. Next is Love and Peace, which is a hybrid tea. So it's going to have one long stem with one single rose at the end of it. Excellent for cutting. 4 to 5 feet tall, upright, bushy. Its fragrance is mild. All right, next we have Maurice Trio. This is 3 to 4 feet tall and created by, hybrid tea rose, so it's going to grow one flower at the end of each stem. Bright red, brilliant, contrasted by vibrant splashes of yellow and cream. Princess Charlene de Monaco, which I have. Fresh fruit, perfume, sweet smelling. It is a hybrid tea rose, so it's going to have one large flower at the end of each stem. Light apricot shell pink color, 5 to 5.5 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide. Next is Sunbelt Sierra Lady. Easy to grow, beautiful orange apricot color. Smaller variety at 3.5 feet tall by 2.5 feet wide. Its buds open a dark orange, changing to apricot as the flower opens. That's pretty. Another Sunbelt, so my guess is this is going to be a shorter variety maybe. Sunbelt South Africa, cupped flowers, dark gold color. No, it's still about 4 feet tall, 2 feet wide. Looks like these Sunbelt varieties have clusters of blooms at the end. Okay, so this guy at least has buds coming up on it, so that one would be okay. This guy, not so much. But get that if you can. Okay, this variety is Voodoo. Strong fragrance, beautiful bright blooms. Oops. 4 to 5 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide, rich fruit smell. It's a hybrid tea rose. And these are $29.50. These containers are a little bit smaller, okay? So the square containers are $32.50 over there, and these round containers are a few dollars less at $29.50. I don't think you're really losing anything in the size of the actual plant. I think they just planted them in smaller containers and they're less expensive because it's a smaller container. Sun Sprite is next, and it's a Floribunda, so it's going to have a cluster of blooms at the very end, 3 to 4 feet tall by 4 feet wide. Intense fragrance. Always look at the fragrance, y'all, so that you know. This next variety is Sterling Silver, which Sterling roses were real big a long time ago, and then they stopped breeding them. So maybe they're back. Strong citrus fragrance, virtually thornless. That's awesome. 24 inches tall by 18 inches wide. So this is a much smaller variety, and this is a hybrid tea rose, so it's just going to have a single bloom at the end of the stem. Very pretty. I like that it's a shorter variety. I think that's nice. Rio Samba, we've already done. Queen Elizabeth, it's a grandiflora, so it's going to have a cluster of like large blooms at the end of each stem. 3.5 to 4 feet tall, moderate fragrance, hardy zones 5 through 9. Pink Peace, hybrid tea rose, 4.5 to 6 feet tall, intense rose fragrance for hardy zones 4 through 9. Perfume Delight, that's an intense color, hybrid tea. It just says medium upright, so I would guess somewhere around 3 feet. Intense fragrance, hardy zones 7 through 9. Done Peace. Oklahoma. Medium. Cold Hardy 5 through 9. It's pretty. We've done Mr. Lincoln, done Iceberg, Henry Fonda, hybrid tea, so it's going to have a single bloom at the end of a long stem, about 5 feet tall, light fragrance, sweet fragrance, hardy zones 7 through 10. Ginger Snap, Compact Habit, bold orange blooms. 3 to 4 feet tall by 3 feet wide. Showy bold orange color and compact habit have made it a favorite for gardeners who love strong colors. Next is Fragrant Cloud. Medium height. Intense damask fruity spicy citrus. It's fragrance. Hardy zones 4 through 9. Why did they put it right across the top of the photo? Double Delight we talked about. Chrysler Imperial is a classic red, hybrid tea rose, 2.5 to 6 feet tall by 2 to 4 feet wide. Intense damask smell, hardy zones 4 through 9. Talked about Chicago Peace. Brandy, this is pretty. Mild fragrance, huge blooms. 4 to 6 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide, mild scent. This golden bronze hybrid tea has a tall, upright habit with thick stems that are ideal for cutting. And then Blue Girl, which I think I also saw this one at Costco. 3 to 5 feet tall by 4 feet wide, moderate fruity fragrance, hardy zones 4 through 9. Okay, so a lot of beautiful roses. I will say I bought 3 roses from Green Acres last year, and all 3 are doing beautifully. So I had really great luck with them, and I think it's good quality. And I will say, like I was saying when we were looking, make sure you're looking to see which ones are leafed out, because we're further along into the end of winter and late spring. They should be leafing out, and if they're not leafing out, most likely they're dead. Don't buy those ones. All right, you all, drop me a comment below. Every time you like and comment on the video, it helps grow the video so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below, letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and you say hi. And be sure to go check me out on my Patreon community. It's a new community that we started. We're up to like 50 members, I think, at this point. And it's basically, I've been doing that instead of social media. I really like it. I'm posting like what I'm doing on a daily basis, sharing videos, asking questions. There is a free tier, and then there are paid tiers, and each tier gives you an additional level of access regarding exclusive videos and content, or being able to share photos or join in on the chats. All right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.